Dear ladies and dear gentlemen, Recca versus Roar Esports. In case of a tie, none of the teams will advance. In case of a win of one of those certain individual teams, and we'll see another team besides eHome and those guys from SZ Absolute, as eHome will be then put to third place in the quarterfinals of the StarSeries I-League Season 5 Asia Qualifier quarterfinals. I'm very excited to welcome you to our final match of the group stage. It's Group B, it's Recca versus Roar, and we're starting up in a second with just our first one. It's going to be the knife run already played. Recca won it, and then we're going to see where they will start. So let's hop directly into our action before we're stopping and missing any bit of the good action right here, because we don't want to miss one of those good actions. 21-9. I don't forget it this time. We're directly switching over. And just to let you know about that, a little bit of the bans. Well, Recca, they said we want to play Train. Roar is rather down to Cash. Roar is, well, from my caster's perspective, a team that barely has brought anything great to the table recently. Their matches have been fairly, well, often they throw it away unnecessarily in my eyes. They very often give away victories they should have easily had. And the last 4 best of 2s they've played, all of them were ties. Roar is just a tie team, you can have to say, if you want to say it like that. And Recca, they got to deliver us a good performance right now if they want to advance. The Indonesian team, and first of all, loses no one yet, finds himself frack onto Fjorn. A gets also one. A War has to find the fracks together with the team, because right around there's a Fed coming in from behind. But that should be working fine, as Fed needs to deny the defuse, needs to be hella fast for that as well. And there it goes. As it goes 1-0. Fjorn and Co. Right now, not so successful. It's not their pick as well, we have to give him that. But in general, what I personally feel like, what I personally see is that there's much more to go with this for Recca, as the team itself, well, it used to have good individual players, right? We know that those lads once were home of Ben10 on Execurate. With that, Execurate and Bented talent machine is going to continue producing talents, and that can be debatable. As the best player right now on the Indonesian side, statistically speaking, is Sis. Asterisk, no, finding himself that one. That's not too hard to find a Fjorn as well, and so Ethan as well as Wind. Seems like they're not going to have the easiest task on this. Finding a frag would be helpful. There's one, and there's a second. So, picking up number 2. Roar Esports now back on the AK suit to the buy they had in the beginning. As we got ourselves that 2-0, it will extend to a 3-0 fairly sure in case they continue to perform the way they did. Asterix finds one. But then Fjorn is reacting to it. Ivy is a fairly open position at that point in time, with only being held by Rizzo, who's right now focused more onto main section, which is technically not necessary there. He spots one, and he's not interested in going any further, though he has dealt more damage onto Fjorn than the other way around. Ivy's gonna stay clear for the moment. Iwar, yeah, he's aware of his fairly dangerous position. He just gave the tease a better smoke than the other way around as he whiffed that good wall. As the patience is there. Gets a little tricky off there. Iwar reacts. He has a 20 HP player in front of him, but also from the other side, a Wind that might react, and that's the wrong timing. Oh, Iwar, that was very unfortunate. That'll only Wind on the site, but Wind gets taken down by SYS. And Recca get themselves the third easily on the board. Caster noticed me. Okay, I noticed you, Ghost Rider. How are you doing today? Is there? Crossmace is taking a lot of ground. Finds the first onto Ethan. While on the other side, we see Vadim getting SYS. Oh, Misty. Still surviving this somehow. The bomb. Still not being spotted anywhere. We're taking a lot of ground though. Going fairly aggressive. Bjorn. Don't worry, he sees there's a Vadim along. There he finds one. Yeah, and that duel with the MP9 is not fun to do. You have a USP technically, that's a little bit more accurate. And there in the end, Frack has been found. 4-0 and Recca starting off quite solid. Vadim squad with $5,000 can now buy pretty much whatever they like. That Molotov from Wind is going deep. Opponent Iwar is coming close, and he finds one. Has to take a look on his left, and he finds the second onto Wind. He was not even the first target in the row. And as it goes, Ethan is gonna be the one. He's gonna jump down in a second with Roseau coming directly in front of him. He avoids it, tries to at least, but can't do much about it. That is the pop dock fairly open. Frost Misty. He's gonna see what's gonna come at him for the moment. It seems like Ethan, first of all, will come onto the A site. 25 more seconds and a very deep play from Asterisk. Might just find the first. He has seen the shoulder of Vadim. He goes in double zoom, but he doesn't dare to move out. Vadim do it, and you find yourself your death, probably, in case Asterix is aware. Oh, and there, the shots. Let the attention of Asterix fade away to another position. He gets the first one to Ethan. That retake has to be done pretty much flawless. The Fed is an easy one to find with a few body shots. Not sure how that's gonna hit. Kit is on to free. Smoke is non-existent. Gets a little tricky right now. One diffuses, one covers. They can't fake through. This is not good at all. As that one is burning away, they got no smoke. How much time is there left? One has to run into it. This is working out. Roar finding the first. And so it goes. Even the op is falling down. And Roar Esports, not a single man surviving, still all making it work. And as it goes, 4-2-1. I don't know how to feel about that entire thing in total. Because on the one hand, I'm very much convinced Recca can take this home. It's their map pick. They're looking quite alright today. It's not like they have major shaky plays. On the other hand, I'm somehow very scared that they... Not throw it, that's the wrong term, but I think gets a little too shaky and risky with plays. Ethan out on his own, he's spotted behind Electric, easily taken out by AWAR. 6-1 it is. Excuse me, 5-1, my bad. It's totally wrong set, but doesn't matter. The Roar Esports economy pretty much down the drain, and so a force will probably come in from Roar, as they are aware of their situation. The double force needs to come in. No? Seems like I'm getting pranked from the Russian-Chinese mixture. As Recca, on the other side, is well equipped, that shouldn't be too hard to now maintain. And I'm getting pranked last second. If you shift your eyes away on the minimap for a second and then they all buy, it's like Roar knows about me too much. Either way, Frost Misty is going to stay up on the wagon to find himself the first, while the shots from behind should not distract him to move his crosshair too far away. He rather goes down. Wants to be a fast mover in case something breaks down towards the Ivy section. Though there comes SYS finding Vadim. Should be too hard to control and find themselves a second. Hop Doc, here I come. As wind does Ethan. Gotta make the jump fairly soon. The bomb is totally on the other side. Pause is gonna be made. Tactical timeout called. That seems to be a very crucial thing to do right now, because Roar doesn't want to fall short in case of a situation that Recca gains too much of momentum. Once more mentioning that in case, and that's very crucial to say, in case Roar loses, and that's a very funny part, I'm rather, you know, I keep that explanation for a second. I'm keeping that, because you're gonna love it. Either way, first of all, Ethan as well as Win seem to be pretty much out of control in that one. And Iwar, smoke pops in front of him, should find himself too. Easily does so. A double kill coming in from one of the few defenders off the B site. And now I'm going to tell you a story which is shocking on the one hand, scary on the other. Okay, so Roar, if we imagine, right, if we imagine Recca is picking this up, they get 1 point. Okay, cool. Then Roar have two options. Roar says, okay, you know, Recca, that's all fine, but we don't want you to win anyway. We rather want ourselves to go further. And because whatever happens, Roar will only make Recca lives worse in case Recca wins this. So if Roar says we're playing the second map as well and they're winning, they basically have shattered the dreams of Recca to getting into the final stage of this qualifier. And even if Roar wins, then they can't advance. So they get nothing out of winning the second map. For both teams, basically. It is, whoever wins the first could kindly ask the opponent to forfeit. to then get the 3 points for sure, because otherwise both just fall short and E-Home is gonna advance. That would be hilarious on the one hand. Now Ewar, he's eating up quite massively those bullets. That plant is gonna happen either way. There's a Molotov that's dropped not so well. That angle has to be exercised. AK onto one, and I didn't expect that. Fat9 comes with a good shot. A close range Glock is uncomfortable, but not unbeatable. Fed, though, tries to play it smart, goes around widely. He has to find himself two. So with a smoke. Goes for that. Double smoke to come in. Fat9. Oh, he sees one. Does he get that? He goes for the knife. He doesn't find it. And there, the knife is still not successful. Oh, what a denial by Fat9. More likely, Fat9 getting denied right here. And as I see it, that 7-1 is bringing Recca. Remember, if you're a long-time viewer, consider what happened to the lads of SZ Absolute back on Mirage. Just popping that thought right now in your mind. Asterisk, though, too aggressive. Himself being found. Roar is taking major control in this. War and Frost Misty to be the only two to defend any of the bomb sites. And as we're seeing, the CT economy is fairly not the best. It's a not good economy. That works so far not that well. I don't know if that in the end that is going to work out either way. I want it to be the only one. He should consider to save that up as much as he can. As it goes, we're finding at least Fjorn. He's kind of exposed to known. He should be taken out in a second. Switches off to the orb, gets that one frag. Nope, that's not enough. To the left. Just a Fat9. Sad story. Caster, second map. Whose pick? I'm gonna tell you that straight away, my dear. Recca has picked that one, so logically Cash is down to Roy. And Ethan, his team has a little bit of a problem coming up in case they're losing this one. Same goes though for the opponents. CT economy is looking a little worse. Especially growing a CT economy is even harder. Way, way more harder. Fairly difficult. It's 45 seconds left on the clock. There's the first asterisk. He's finding one, so still there to deny it even further. 3 players are only alive right now. 30 seconds, that is even the time pressure now getting in. Frost may see that from behind, and suddenly it turns around. No one is left on the A site. SIS could use the smoke to allow his movement to go further. He knows that the bomb is to his right. There, War gets taken out. One is in connector. One is in main. The connector player should be aware of it right now. He could go for the defuse if he would like to. Just do it. Pull through. Don't fake it. Pull through. 3, 2, 1. That's why. Yes! No! The time is not enough! Oh, that was so tight! And a 7-3, just milliseconds away from finishing it us off. And dear Semi on YT, I recommend you to just, you know, pop in my DMs on Twitter. That seems to be the best of an idea. And from then on, you know, I can help you. And with that being said, starting somewhere, keep the dream alive. That is what war has to think of as well. That think and that frag from Rizzo is unbelievable how that even works. But as we have ourselves that certain as we have ourselves that certain man disadvantage on drawer, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. There, no problem for the AKs. 1, 2, and 3. Even doesn't stop. And I warn asterisk. As finding at least one was nice. That's pretty much it for the moment. Or not. Taking that back. Fjorn. Found another one to get. I'm not sure what I shall believe in right now. Monologically pops. No chance at all. Yeah, and there it should be. Wind now knowing what is the case. Asterix turns around. Could have nearly found that. How did I start with casting? That is a fun story. I'm gonna use that round right now. No, I don't. Difficult. Give me a second. Give me a second. When we have an eco again or something, I'll explain you. Because the story is actually quite fun, if you ask me. But you'll get your question answered. Don't worry. There, SYS. Getting Fetna. Roar has to be pinned down by the bullets. Roar is losing 1. Dealt a good bunch of damage so far. Frost misses aggression. That makes it work. I want with another. Seems like we're pretty much can call this over at that round at least for Roar Esports as Ethan as well as Vadim. Pretty much down the drain. That was even the sound cue. Not quite sure if anyone heard. Rizzo coming in from behind. Taking down the Alper. You gotta watch out. There's one more to your... Not coming in. And as we're saying that... One to find. Ethan? Is there to get SYS? That bomb's going down, and it's very worrying. Asterix is going to hear the steps from Ethan. He should be known to him. He shall also rather wait for his teammate Frost Misty to come. I'm not feeling 100% comfortable with all of this. Frost Misty, though, finds him. That is going to be that 8-4 itself. So, now I got time to answer your question. So what it all started like is I think 2 years ago I played ESEA more and more often, and you know, it was a hell of a lot of fun to do so. But the thing about it was though that I just one round, and in ESEA you get muted after 10 seconds, you're dead. I started casting. I just, you know, everything you heard from big tournaments, I just picked it up. And then another guy joined me randomly. I'd never heard of him. I never saw him, and he just joined me in. And this is where he and I started casting the ECS Community Caster Challenge, which is especially made for new and upcoming ones, trying themselves out, you know, figuring a way how it goes. And that's where I started, and that's where then I had to do a lot of free work most of the time, as this is how esports works in the beginning. But it got better and better, and now I'm fairly happy. I never believed that I would go that far, and now you can hope that Recca never believed that the opponent's going that far. Win's still getting taken out. From the bottom, the M4 strikes. Frost Misty is there on the case. Problem is, though, Many players falling. The off's definitely going to be picked up. That B-side fairly easy given away, but the Mama doing its job nicely. Lorenzo coming in from behind. Could be our crucial individual right here. Steps have been heard. Probably not. The flames were too loud. 94. Double digits can be secured fairly easy.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
And as we're going to our 9-4, round number 14. What is it going to deliver us? That's the question. As it goes, SYS gets himself one. Same for Iwar. Both players easily falling down. And with that being said, it seems like we're having ourselves what we're actually looking for. Iwar and the team get the double digits, hurt the Roar Esports economy as much as they can. This is going to be an upcoming losing bonus. Looking good for Roar, but their wallets themselves fairly slim. Ethan as well as Vadim need to do massive work. He's the MVP, by the way, on the Roar side, the Russian himself. If he can bend that round over in their favor against 5 opponents from Indonesia, that will be another question. Molotov goes deep. They want to avoid any aggression. The Russian is not going to be inflicted by that Molo, though. Gets taken down there by Asterix. So, only Ethan alive. And saving up that AK is probably the best option for the moment. SYS down to 2. Ethan should be found, though. This had actually no context relation. I just noticed. Doesn't even matter. The CTs don't know. They don't go for the hunt, as their economy is not the best.
Counter-terrorists win.
There we go, with a 9-4. I would like to ask Adzesh, do you love me? Dear Vampire DXT, I would like you to send some very attractive pictures of yours to my Twitter or Instagram DM. Then we can judge if I love you on the outside. And when you then also make a funny joke, then we can judge if I love you on the inside. Do you have Instagram or Twitter or something? Of course, dear Sammy. With exclamation mark caster, I've never said this command would work. Just a little joke. Oh, everything's fine. You can just check out all the social media. You can always message me there. I'm usually replying fairly fast, as I don't have to do anything in my life either way. First of all, though, Fed already taken out. The buy of Roar is far away from satisfying. As we're waiting this out, Roar Esports. Well, at this point in time, trade is not giving away, but it could end fairly bad. And there, the double kill from SYS together in cooperation with Rizzo. Works there in the end. The nade, though. Ethan is the official Roar Esports basketball ambassador, as he finds himself with the HE2 frags. That hurts Recca fairly much. 37 seconds still left on that clock, making it fairly hard for Iwar and his team to not lose this. But you never know. The AWP needs to do major work. The first one from Asterisk. The second one from Asterisk. 3 kills he does. Kills 60% of the opponent team in just that round number 15. And with such a health, you can find yourself easily a victory early on. Even with the very, very good bind. Good luck, have fun. Very kind of him. As it goes, that is going to be the terrorist site. Successful from start on or not, is the question. There it goes. That has been now spotted. The bullets whiffing around the head of Wind. And SIR taking a bit of ground, going behind tank. SYS though does find the first. Problem is, Wind comes from the side, can pick up two, technically does so, makes that work. It's getting a little risky right now. Bjorn easily taken out, bomb ticks away. Asterisk is doing it perfectly right. Because he has the Molo. Oh no, there's a smoke. Why? No, why would you now pop this Molotov? That makes no sense at all. He hears it coming in, he rather rotates back, he thankfully placed this on time. But my god, Recca! Oh my god, Asterisk! Why do you pop that Molo at that point? Can you see me? Vampire asks. No, how shall I see you? Sammy, I don't understand the question, so I think via Twitter them is probably easier. And Frick's finally saying, I think Spidey, which is the reference to me, is the best caster I've ever heard or seen on Twitch. Plus he's reading the chat. Well, I'm reading the chat because I started to do so. It is very difficult for me. I'm very much actually used to doing 100% focused casts, 100% professional. I don't know, I think the mixture does the deal. And especially like real games, like real big games, I would probably not read the chat to be very fair. But like this is our Asian qualifier, a fairly interesting and good Asian qualifier so far. But a combination with you guys, the community, the people around it, the Counter-Strike geeks and nerds, but in a good way, not in an offensive way. That bomb's gonna be planted though very soon. We're playing it kind of on the wrong side. And as that bomb is going to be planted, all roar. There's pretty much no chance due to the buy they're having. Next round. Seems like they're going to do for some semi-buy then, because they feel very strong with the pistols, which is understandable. In Asian CS, those pistols are fairly strong. Either way, IWAR and Co. now fighting against one hell of a weird mix buy, but still possibly a working mix buy, because that is the moment of surprise. Nobody possibly expected. Adam found himself a good bunch of information. Recca, 3 more to find. After this one, they have a shattered economy of Roar in front of them, which is going to benefit them a lot. Nate's going deep, Nate's doing nothing. And Recca mainly focused there on the site of B. They are. Whilst Asterix is trying to gain a lot of attention, the B side is going to be taken. He doesn't see the head there. IWAR, there's one to the top right, but he goes fast enough. Wind has to be taken out, and that's a shame. With that play, you should have easily seen him there. Bomb goes down, and oh, IWAR! With the player in front of him, he can't do much about it. That Mach 10 is not successful in the end. Zesh, your car is very nice. Mwah! Kisses to you, Russ. You understand me. It's a BMW E46 330i in Oriental Blue with a Bilstein B14 chassis. Now I have to look up the words a little. An Eisenman exhaust and also a strut brace. Besides that, it's just a lovely car in total. And now Recca is once more coming in with a buy, as they had a little advantage due to the bomb planted, as well as not having any real guns spawned up in the previous one. We're gonna see eventually, possibly another victory coming in. That was a nice try. The flash worked partially. Fjorn is still there, and he's working 100%. As he gets SYS as well. So I want in the flames and Asterix stance, but he avoids the action. Could be taken out by Ethan in a second. First of all, is lucky enough to not get caught. Molo goes deep. A very good one. Wind, Ethan as well as Vadim. Bring it into a good direction right now. Rosso has to check his left. Does he find himself the spray? No, he doesn't. Wind is there to still stay alive and bring this into our second... Excuse me, not second. Our another win. Second, yeah, it was second. My bad. Second win. Ah, too many seconds, too many wins, too many words. Rosso and Cole going for those pistols. Not much they can do about it. The ZZ effect, they say. Oh yeah, I kind of feel what you're trying to say. If you don't know what they're talking about, SZ Absolute was having a strong, I think it was 14-1 half, if I'm not totally wrong, and with 14-1, SZ Absolute still won, but 16-11, and that's extremely tight. And as it goes, Asterix finding himself the first. That could be another aggression used wisely, but Wind with a double. He's not denying the bomb plant, though. That one will go down. Frost Misty has an MP9, doesn't use it for some reason. Oh, Iwar is the last man alive. Hard to imagine he'll find himself anything. As there a Wind comes, he connects that beautiful headshot onto him. He has no Molotov, though, so Roar feels a bit under pressure here. Ethan should find himself that one easily. Iwar rather keeps himself that M4 in his hands and should consider to run away. 13-7. And honestly had to just look up what is an R56, but now I know it's a Mini Cooper S, I guess your S stands for. Melted a piston, that's really depressing. I hope your car gets well soon, man. I hope it recovers well. And is this car from Germany, Stuttgart? No, it's from Germany, Munich. And right now that shot is from Vadim, and his barrel shoots and bursts out. Extremely high caliber bullets taking out the opponent. There's one. Oh, and suddenly, Iwara so as well as Frost Misty are on their own. The B side is fairly clear though. Now Frost Misty could find the one onto Wind and does so. Iwara having a good positioning as well. Hits a surprise moment. 15 HP into Fet 9 should easily take him out. Iwara though looks in the right direction. And only one more to find. That's Vadim. The Opera himself. The bomb going though on the A side surprisingly. A 13-7 should extend to a 14-7, technically speaking. Playing against Vadim doesn't seem to be the best of an idea right now. Thankfully, they don't do so. Otherwise, that would be very surprising. The top fragger gets himself Iwar, though. He will not stop hunting, but he will definitely not go for aggressions. And thankfully, there's Kaya, #1 Poland supporter female. And Vadim hits another one. The terrorists are losing a lot of players in that as they want to take the op away from the CT. It didn't really pay off, you have to say. But 14-7, that pays off. And that gives us a good, fair amount of hope, in case you're a Recca fan, that this will go fast. If it will not, then we see Roar pretty much roaring right here. And so, at 14-7, and I have to just repeat myself, in case Recca wins this, the only thing Roar does with winning the second map, technically speaking, is ruin the chances of Recca. Roar, if case they're losing this, cannot extend their lead so far that they'll be able to go out of the groups. So you can't be the nice guys and give them the default victory in the end. That's the first option. But maybe not. We're first of all seeing Fet 9. He's obviously trying to get the Pop Dog players as soon as possible. A lot of aggression I'm seeing in this. Let's see if Fjorn having possibly a good angle onto Frost Misty. It's not gonna work though. The angle was right, the execution was not. 26 more seconds B-side it's gonna be. First player to fall is gonna be our War back there. Oh, and they're all going Pop Dog, but Fet 9 is still there. You can't just easily pass. What do you expect? Do you think there's gonna be no one carrying around that position? He's gonna be the big denial here. Fet 9 winning the round basically for War, as he was the crucial key player in this. Nades, that's gonna pop again. Those pistols for Recca, not quite sure if the momentum then can work out. The B-side could be a good possibility to attack. There, the clock is somehow successful. Another one to come in. There, Fet 9 logically has no problem. The player of the previous round, the MVP of that one. And that shouldn't go in case in favor of the lads of Recca. 14-9 it then will be. Ethan. Yeah, not bringing it down. There's something we're so alive. Which brings us nothing else than a 14 to 10, as it seems to me. And as we're at it, after this one, just that you know, there's not gonna be another match. It's gonna be another map. That seems to be the case, but besides that, no, not another best of 2 coming in. So though, eating the first grenade does a bit of damage onto him. And Fet 9. Gonna get any bullets, but though Ethan eats a few. And the flashbang's gonna pop. Recca 2 rounds away from victory on this map. The tension all over the place must be massive. Molotov working fairly good. He heard that. I were taken out on the other side of the map, and so it's getting uncomfortable, kind of. The Molotov doesn't hold up Fet 9. Oh! He rather rotates through, switches over guns. That's a little bit confusing. Running through his own Molo. So, he's already on the site. No one expected him to be there, and now Fet 9 can connect there onto SYS though. And the AK's gotta do a good job. And I mean by that the Recca AKs, but it's getting once more extremely tricky as the bomb plan's still gonna come through. The feed of Asterix not 100% seen. Got him with 1. Only Frost Misty alive against 3 well-equipped players. He can't seal that deal. A site in favor of Roar Esports. Another round going in favor of the Russian-Chinese team.
Counter-terrorists win.
14 to 10. As we're waiting it out, those pistols, yeah, they can't deliver as much more. There it goes, Fet 9 and Vadim. Everything works out in the end. And 14-11 it is. Now Frost Misty and Co. It's running out of their hands, it's slipping away. And that is slipping away. Because Recca, 2 rounds away from success, they still don't get their hands back onto this. The shots are coming through. Yeah. So Asterisk as well as Super SYS, they get themselves that bomb down. Another player falling, only Rousseau alive. He has no Molotov. He can't do that play he is actually looking for. As it goes, can't deny it. Roar is not being stopped right now. One after another they're getting. Recca is on the max losing bonus, but still, it's not working too well. That pause is more than necessary. Recca is pretty much giving that one away at that point in time. It's getting tight right here. Remember, and I just want to put that in your mind, 11-4. That is difficult. 11-4 is not what you're actually looking for. I'm not quite sure how to feel about this. Not 1 second. Not a single second. It goes really in favor of Recca. As they have delivered us a perfect first half. Vadim and Co. then went quite ham. 8 pops deep by War. Not too nice to have. Puts him down to fairly low HP. Same goes for Fet9, who eats up that grenade. As for having it, Recca need to start up their engine again. Inline 6 goes straight forward. Put that throttle down. Hopefully no turbo lag. And Recca, basically they are a massive turbo lag right here, and in the end they might just go full throttle. I'm not quite sure if that's going to happen. But they need to strike with full power, that is for sure. Because otherwise Roar, once more, will get in the right direction. The Molotov does its work. Same goes for Ethan. And so on the left, he sees another. Recca is falling short. And that bit by bit, Asterisk is able to not find 4, I can imagine. Though he has good HP. He's getting his head ripped off. 14-13. And as for Addicts, how do you want to react to this? How do you want to get yourself now victorious out of this? It starts to get a little shaky, it starts to get a little worse. As it goes, Fed picking up the first. So Wind should have no problem finding themselves the result. He does so. On the left, another one. Neymar, he's going full Spider-Man. That's actually my job, but he's just self-fjorn. On the left, there's another one coming up, but they can't allow him to do much more. 14-14. Recca, where are you at? And there, Frost Misty finds himself at 9. A strong start for Recca, finally in round number 29. Smoke pops. If man is advantage. Adam gets himself Frost Misty, so it gets a little tricky right now. Man disadvantage not existed anymore, and so 1 minute left. Asterisk on his own. Seems like Roar are getting that number 15. And if they do, it gets problematic. 11-4 Recca started with. Asterisk, he's running out of options. There, he's getting found. Vadim gets him. We got Roar on the 15th. Unbelievable stuff. And Recca, this is the round where it matters. Fat starts off. Ivor doesn't get himself another. This is fast-paced, and this fast pace doesn't get denied or not even with that as well. Frost Misty's our last one, and he finds it. Roar with 16-14. Unbelievable what they're doing, but with that unbelievable place, an unbelievable individual performance, it seems like the Russian-Chinese squad denied Recca that win on their map. And whatever you want to say about Recca, this is far away from strength. You're starting off super good, 11-4, and then you continuously choke your way through until you reach 14. 2 more to go, but Roar keeps on doing and doing and doing. And it is so good to watch how Roar does it, how much they still have that will to fight. But on the other hand, Recca, this was yours. This was your game, and then you had performing players there. It's not like someone was so totally slacking, but it was very much a tactical kind of thing where they seemed to be very worrying, because the approaches on the A side seemed like they had only a few angles covered, but not the crucial ones. That is then coming down to T side plays. Roar pickup number 1 here in this best of 2 series. We might just see, actually, technically speaking, Recca giving up, because whatever Recca does, they cannot go out of this anymore, and it would basically just ruin Roar's possibility to go into the quarterfinals. Just mentioning that. Either way, we're going into a little break. We'll just be right back. Next up is gonna be, and now my memory is really bad. I think it is Cash. I hope my memory is not lying to me. My memory is, of course, not lying to me. We're seeing cash. We'll just be right back. We'll take a little break, and then the final map of the day is going to come up.
LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.